Good morning students. In the previous video we have seen what is a clause. Now we are going to see the examples of main or independent clause, subordinate or dependent clause. So we have discussed yesterday what is a main or independent clause and what is a subordinate or independent clause. Let us see the example now. The teacher asked a question but no one answered. Observe this sentence, children. The teacher asked a question but no one answered. Let us consider only the underlined part of the sentence here. What is the underlined part here? The teacher asked a question. Let us not have a look at this part, okay? Let us consider only this part of the sentence. The teacher asked a question. You are getting the complete meaning through this, isn't it? You are understanding something that the teacher is asking you a question. So let us remove this. If we remove this but no one answered, okay? Let us not consider this. Even though it is giving the full meaning that the teacher asked a question. So this need not to depend on some other phrase or some other clause to give the complete information. If we remove this phrase or this group of words also, this is giving us the complete information. This is giving us the complete meaning. So this is called as main or independent clause. What is a clause? I told you a clause is a group of words that contains subject and predicate. Okay. So we have our subject and predicate in this given group of words. So what is the subject here? Teacher. And we are having the predicate. What is the predicate? Asked a question. This is the predicate. So this is a group of words or this is a clause. Why am I saying this that it is a clause? Because it is having a subject as well as a predicate. So what is the main clause now? What do you understand by this? We are considering only this group of words and we are not talking about this one. This is giving the complete information. Okay, this is not depending on some other words for the complete meaning. So such clause is called as main or independent clause. This is not depending on some other phrase or some other clause for the meaning. So such type of clause is called as main or independent clause. Now let us see what is subordinate or dependent clause. I have taken the same example, children. Look at this example. The teacher asked a question but no one answered. Now let us consider this underlined sentence but no one answered. What do you understand by this but no one answered? What is that which who did not answer? What was not answered? You will raise questions in your mind, isn't it? So if we consider the teacher asked a question, this is giving us the meaning. But if you look at this group of words, but no one answered. Who did not answer? Who did not answer to whom? Will raise questions in your mind. So are you getting any meaning through these words? But no one answered. You are not having any complete idea. You will just get to know that no one answered. But what was that to be answered? So this is not giving us the complete information. If we want to understand the complete meaning, this should be joined with some other phrase or some other clause to get the complete information. So this is depending on some other thing for the complete information. But it cannot stand alone. It alone cannot give us the complete meaning. It should depend on some other clause or some other phrase to give us the complete information. So such type of clause is called as subordinate or dependent clause. So this is about main or independent clause and subordinate or dependent clause, children. So let us look at some examples now. Open your textbooks and turn to page number 12. Main or independent clause is a part of a sentence that expresses a complete thought and can stand as a sentence by itself. So as I told you, the main or independent clause can alone stand as a sentence. It can give us the complete information and it need not to be depend on some other phrase or some other clause. For example, the teacher asked a question. This alone can give us the complete information or the complete meaning, but no one answered. If you let us erase this, let us not look at this. Okay, if we don't have this in our sentence, it's giving us the complete meaning, no need of this. But if you consider only this one but no one answered, this is not giving us the complete information. It is depending on the some other clause. So that is called as subordinate or dependent clause. Look at this second example here. He is taking medicine because he is unwell. Look at this group of words, the underlined one. He is taking medicine. This alone is giving us the complete meaning. Okay, let us not consider this because he is unwell. Only this group of words, this clause is giving us the complete meaning. So this is called our main or independent clause. If we don't write this because he is unwell, then on it is giving us the complete meaning. Okay, it is not necessary that you need to mention here because he is unwell. If you don't write this also, it is giving us the complete meaning. So which gives the complete meaning and which can stand itself as a sentence is called as main or independent clause. Look at this example now. He became angry and smashed the vase into pieces. So let us look at this underlined part. What is it? He became angry. He became angry. This is giving us the complete meaning. It is giving us the complete information. And now look at this. And smashed the vase into pieces. Let us suppose we don't have this in the sentence. And smashed the vase into pieces. We are getting the complete meaning through this. He became angry. We are getting some information. It is not necessary that it should be followed by this other group of words for the meaning. So the group of words which can gives us the complete information and can stand on their own as a sentence, they are our main clause, and main clause contains a subject and predicate. Let us look at the examples of subordinate or dependent clause now. A subordinate clause is also called as a dependent clause as it is dependent on another clause for the completion of its meaning. Hence, it cannot stand by itself and must have a main clause. As I told you, this is our subordinate clause, children, but no one answered. We are not getting any meaning from this. To understand the complete meaning, we should join this with some other clause. So this is depending on some other clause for the meaning. This is not alone giving us the meaning. So this clause is called as subordinate or dependent clause. Look at the examples here. The teacher asked a question, but no one answered. So we have taken the same examples here for the better understanding. The teacher asked a question, but no one answered. Now observe this underlined part. What is it? No one answered. Are you getting the complete meaning through this group of words? No, we are not getting. We can't simply write no one answered. It should be joined with some other clause. Okay, this is depending on some other clause or the group of words to give us the complete meaning. So this is called as subordinate or dependent clause. Now look at the second example, children. He is taking medicine because he is unwell. Okay, now look at this underlined sentence, children. Look, underlined group of words. This is also depending on some other clause to give us the complete information. So this is called as subordinate or dependent clause. He became angry and smashed the vase into pieces. Again, look at this underlined sentence, that is smashed the vase into pieces. who smashed the vase, why did he smash the vase? Okay, you will raise questions. So this alone cannot give us the complete meaning. It should depend on some other group of words. So these are called as subordinate or dependent clause. So that is all about main or independent clause or the subordinate or dependent clause, children. In the next video we will be dealing with our relative clause and conditional clause.